Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Hot Action Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Kerr, and it's the end of the NFL regular season. We made it. We got to the very end. All 17 weeks are in the books, and now it's all up to this final week. Last time I talked to you was 3 weeks ago. I missed 2 weeks of uploads because I was spending time with my family and traveling for Christmas. But I did manage to get my picks up on the YouTube posts option and on x.com, the everything app. Follow at pickem or follow at the Hot Action Podcast. But yes, the picks were good. When I left, I was in first place, and since then it's been a battle with this gentleman, Army, one slot below me. I am currently at 151 wins and 105 losses. The next best in this particular contest is a character named Army, who I've been trading off between first and second place with. He has 150 wins and 106 losses. And third, we got Mike DeMoose with 149 wins. That's to say this is to say that this week matters a lot for me. I can imagine myself finishing anywhere from first to fourth or fifth if I don't come up with a good performance, and that's what we're going to try to prevent here. We're going to try to take our the things we've learned from this season and apply them. We're going to try to make good predictions and come up with a winning formula. Also, I should mention that our best bets so far this year have been 48 out of 80. Pretty solid winning percentage in best bets, and very solid in all the picks against the spread. So, with all that out of the way, we are going to go ahead and pick this week's games. Starting with Saturday, we've got an all AFC North Saturday, and of course, Week 18, all the games are divisional. I believe that's in order to, prevent tanking, and make it so that the most teams can be playing for a playoff spot on the final week as possible. One game where one team is certainly not playing for a playoff spot is Cleveland versus Baltimore. This is a 17.5 point spread. This is a tough one for me because Cleveland got dog walked by Miami last week, and I don't think Miami's particularly great. Pretty much think that their team has given up on the season. This has been a year from hell for Cleveland Browns. But 17.5 points is a lot. Baltimore's at home. Generally speaking, I don't like to give that many points in a divisional game, especially on an island, standalone. We call it the rule around these parts that we always take the points in a standalone game in division. That being said, this Cleveland team is atrocious. Dorian Thompson-Robinson has 1 touchdown and 10 picks this season. Just you can't do much worse than that. I think Baltimore is incentivized to play, in this game. So I will be taking Baltimore minus 17.5, but I do not feel great about it. All right, and then we move on to Cincinnati versus Pittsburgh, 5 p.m. on Saturday as well. We've got extremely hot Cincinnati team right now. Pittsburgh has obviously been a bit more reliable over the course of the season. I believe Cincinnati is not officially eliminated, so we'll be taking Cincinnati minus 1.5. This Cincinnati team is just, slicing and dicing everyone. Actually, I don't know. We gotta respect the rule at least once. We're gonna take 1.5 points. Pittsburgh's at home. They've been better all year. We'll see what happens, but we'll take Pittsburgh. Then we've got the Giants getting 2.5 points at Philly. Philadelphia will be resting a lot of their starters, but the Giants are quite bad. They had a crazy performance last week against the Colts, but I don't think that's replicable. I think we're going to take Philadelphia here. I feel like Philadelphia is not going to want to, screw this one up. Then we got Chicago at Green Bay. Green Bay needs to win this game. We're taking Green Bay minus 8.5. They're at home. Chicago's been absolutely atrocious for the better part of this season, and we will trust them to do that. Now we've got Carolina at Atlanta. Atlanta's giving 8.5 points. Can't accept that. We're taking Carolina plus 8.5. Atlanta is not a good enough team at scoring points to be giving up 8.5 to anybody. Then we got New Orleans at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's giving up 13.5 points. There's a lot of points to be had this week, but I will be taking Tampa. I think New Orleans has, again, they've imploded. They've given up on the season. This team needs to be torn down to the studs and rebuilt. Tampa has been blowing teams out here and there, so we're going to be taking Tampa. All right, then we got Washington at Dallas. Dallas getting 4.5 points at home. I think Washington probably does not want to be backing up into the playoffs here. I'll be taking Washington minus 4.5, but I do not like it very much. All right, then we've got Jacksonville at Indy. This is a tough one. I don't think Indy has anything to play for, but Jacksonville's been very bad. Indianapolis has been all over the place. I think this is a spot where we just take the points and hold our nose. I really don't want to pick either of these teams, honestly. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the points here. All these games are divisional. I don't mind taking the points in any divisional game, but there is a lot of difficult decisions to be made here. All right, now we got Houston at Tennessee. Houston is getting a 0.5 point at Tennessee. I don't really understand this. I'll just be taking Houston. I think they're a much better team. Seems simple to me. Now we got Buffalo minus 2.5 at New England. Buffalo is very likely resting their starters. They pulled Josh Allen out of the game last week in the fourth quarter. I can't imagine they're going to want to be starting all their key players, but I still think that they're a lot better than New England. New England has been scrappy here and there. I believe they have the first overall pick right now, so I don't think they'd want to jeopardize that by winning here, but who knows? This year has been very strange. I don't know what to think here. I'll be taking Buffalo minus 2.5. Just because, we are betting against New England being any good. I think Buffalo might still try to win, despite, let's say they're starting their backup quarterback, Mitch Trubisky. Anything's possible. But, we're taking Buffalo minus 2.5. Kansas City plus 9.5 at Denver. Yeah, I think Denver will win the game. I don't think they cover. That being said, Kansas City will probably try to play their style of game even without Patrick Mahomes and try to, Python choke the life out of this game. I don't think they're going to lose by 9.5. I don't even think they're necessarily going to lose. So I think Andy Reid will be coaching for the win, regardless of who's starting. I don't think I think 9.5 is way too much. Love this line. I love Kansas City with this bet right there. All right, moving on. We get in San Francisco at Arizona. I think San Francisco is going to play to win. This has been the year from hell for them, and they did not give up when they were playing the Lions last week. They did, however, lose, but they didn't give up. They were trying. I think they'll try again against Arizona, for how do you call it? For honor, for respectability. So that's what we're going to go with. Then we got Miami at the Jets. The Jets are getting 1.5 at home. I'll be taking Miami. They managed to beat the Browns last week with Tyler Huntley. I think the Jets are just as bad as the Browns. They might be able to have a little more juice, but I don't know why. All right, then we got Seattle at the Rams. The Rams are getting 3.5 points at home. Now, this is going to be cowardly by me. I'm taking the Rams. Seattle has been too up and down. The Rams are at home. They're getting points. I know they're starting Jimmy Garoppolo, but McVay finds a way to beat us all the time. I know the Rams have locked up their spot. Seattle will be playing to win, but I don't know if they're going to win by more than 3.5 points. And I don't know if they're even going to win. So, yeah, Seattle's out of the playoffs as well. They can't sneak in with a win against the Rams here. So we're taking the Rams plus 3.5. All right, then we got the Chargers giving up 5.5 against Las Vegas. At Las Vegas. So Vegas gets 5.5. We're going to be taking the Chargers. This Vegas team has been it's kind of scrappy here and there. They've covered some games, but generally speaking, they're quite bad. I think this Chargers team is quite good. I don't think Harbaugh takes games off. I think he will be putting the pedal to the metal and, trying to make this Vegas team pay. Yeah, and that's all I have to say on that game. And then we have the final game of the week, therefore the final game of the regular season. We have Minnesota at Detroit, playing for the 1 seed. And this game matters a lot, of course. I will be taking Detroit minus 2.5 points. I think they're going to win. I think they're going to be, going for it in this game. So, yep, that's those are my thoughts on the week. All right, so as for best bets, we're going to be taking Kansas City minus 9.5. Wait, sorry, 1 second. We got to hit our tiebreaker real quick. We're going to put in 54 for the tiebreak. And then our best bets are going to be Kansas City, San Francisco, Rams, Chargers, Detroit. Wait. No. I'm going to remove San Francisco and put in Carolina. So it's Carolina, Kansas City, Rams, Chargers, Detroit. Final answer. It's been a good year. This one's for all the marbles. If you've been watching all year, I'd like to say thank you. We're going to, continue this into the postseason, but there's a lot less to talk about, so I would just like to say appreciate all your support, and hopefully I'll be seeing you next week with news of great victories and not earth-shattering defeats. This has been the Hot Action Podcast. See you next week. Peace.